see on your screen. Hello everyone on Facebook as well. Okay, we're gonna do a little bit more balancing tonight because that seems to be a really popular request that you guys want, and I feel like maybe it's a little bit torturous for me because I am my balance is not the best, but I will do it for you guys. Okay, so usual things that we're going to go through. If you guys have any injuries, if you're not feeling very well, if something just doesn't feel right in your body, just make sure that you're taking it nice and slow and you're being mindful of those areas that maybe aren't feeling right. Obviously, I'm not there to check that you're okay. So the things that I would say to you, even if you were in my physical class, no one knows your body better than you. So if you do feel a little bit of pain or you feel like something's not right, take a break, have a drink of water, take your child's pose, do whatever you need to do to make yourself feel okay again. Do as much or as little of the flow as you would like. If something isn't working for you, just take a step back. Yoga is about putting our ego, leaving it at the door, which is quite hard sometimes, I know, especially if you want to get into like a super bendy pose or an arm balance. It's quite hard to kind of leave that at the door, but don't worry, like we're doing balance tonight, which I'm going to wobble all over the place with you guys, so don't worry about feeling like maybe you can't get into certain poses. Anything else that I need to say? If you need to say something to me throughout the class, you can leave me a comment on Facebook or on Zoom and I'll try and read them if I see them come up. Zoom, you guys, I have muted all of your microphones, and that's not because I don't want to hear your lovely voices, it's just because there's a lot of feedback. If all the microphones are on, it just becomes a big mishmash of noise. And then it's just not very pleasurable for anyone that's watching because it just becomes a big cloud. So we will start seated as usual. If you don't want to start seated, that's perfectly fine. Maybe that's not where you're at today. This is your practice. By all means, start standing or lying down if that feels better for you. We always start with a little bit of seated and all fours, just because I really like easing into the practice that way. But again, it's your practice. If you want to start standing or lying, then please feel free. If I have any pregnant ladies joining me today, please make sure that you've got a pillow handy to pop underneath your head and your shoulders. If you've got a pregnancy pillow, lovely. Make sure that you avoid all twists. It restricts the airflow to the fetus, which we really don't want. And lying supine on your back after the first trimester is a no-go. Other than that, you can pretty much do the whole class if you feel like you want to. And that goes to everyone as well. Just, you know, be mindful of your own bodies, be careful of your bodies, be nice to yourself, basically, and just don't be silly. If you feel like something is not working, don't push yourself. So let's come down onto our mats. You can start in Siddhasana seated, or you can start wherever you'd like. You can, if you want to take Siddhasana properly, you can bring your right heel into your groin and your left foot on top of your right foot. You're going to bring your palms onto your knees and face them up towards the sky. Drop those shoulders down and close your eyes. And let's take a nice deep inhale through your nose. Expand your abdomen and send all of that air down towards the bottom of your lungs, filling them like a glass all the way to the top. And on your exhale, reverse the breath and draw the navel in towards the spine. So yogic breath is really about teaching our bodies to use the full capacity of our lungs. So just focus in on that deep inhale and exhale. So really controlling your breath can be great for anxiety and stress, for calming you down. It can be really good for insomnia, if you focus in on your breath before sleep. And as we breathe, we're going to start to tune into those tension points that are so normal. So let's take our attention to our shoulders and just gently draw them down your spine, lengthening through the neck. And as you inhale, draw the ears away from the shoulders, the neck grows, the shoulder blades glide down the spine. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen up through your spine, but ground down through your sit bones. So you're sitting nice and tall on your mat. Take your attention to your jaw. Just gently softening the jaw, unclenching those back teeth, unlocking. Dropping that tongue down away from the roof of the mouth. Maybe your mouth is open a little bit. And make sure those facial features are soft and gentle. We're not holding any tension in our faces. And notice that you might feel a little lighter just keying in those tension points and letting go. We tend to hold on to our stress in very subtle ways. Clenching the teeth, drawing the shoulders upwards, all those things. And when we just check in and make sure that we're sitting nice and tall, shoulders down, jaw unlocked, facial features soft, what a difference it makes to our general feeling in our body. Let's take our imaginary broom and start to sweep our mind clear, tuning out thoughts and worries. Forgetting everything we did before and everything we need to do after. This is your time. Allowing the mind to become clear and empty. Take that broom and declutter. I like to visualize my mind as a nice empty room with just one window for my air to blow in and out of. Just take a moment to just feel yourself melting down into the mat. You're grounding through the hip bones, through the sit bones. And you're feeling almost like you're being pulled down into the earth, but at the same time so light. Lifting through your spine and grounding through your sit bones. And gentle movement, just drawing your chin towards your shoulder, it doesn't matter which one. And gently rolling from shoulder to shoulder. And back again. And gently rolling that chin. Bring yourself back to center. Give those shoulders a little roll. Lift them up towards your ears, down your spine. Just gently getting into that shoulder girdle. Releasing any tensions you might feel there. And then you can keep your eyes closed if you want to. Maybe you want to open them now. We're going to bring our palms in front of us and bring ourselves into an all-fours position on our mat, stacking our joints. So drawing your palms and your knees down towards the earth. And you want to push into the outside of your little fingers and your palms and really, really feel that grounding, almost grounding so much that you feel like you're about to lift up off the mat. And if you want to, you can continue grounding here, breathing, drawing that navel in towards the spine, engaging that trunk area, keep that back nice and flat. And maybe you want to take it a little further, tuck those toes under and just float the knees. So you're feeling engagement through your core here. As you just float the knees about 5 centimeters off the mat. And don't forget your breath here. It's very tempting to hold your breath sometimes when we're taking more core poses. So inhale here. And exhale. Feel that control in your body. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Really dome the shoulders. Feel yourself lifting up. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Drop the knees. And then take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale this time, we're going to be like we're fogging up a mirror, like you're a dragon breathing out smoke. And again, really feel it in the back of your throat. Deep inhale. And this time, keeping your mouth closed when you exhale. So you feel that fogging in the back of your throat. Might sound a little bit like you're snoring, which is exactly what you want. This is your Ujjayi breath. Inhale. And again, inhale. Feel it in the back of your throat. And once more. Really, really nice. Gorgeous, everybody. Let's take a nice deep inhale here. Drop your navel to the floor, gaze up to the sky, lengthening through that neck, your cow pose. And as you exhale, lifting that spine, dome in the shoulders, crown of the head towards the floor. And again, inhale, hollow out that lower back, gazing up towards the sky. Drop that navel. And exhale. Really getting in and mobilizing the spine here. So if you are happy with this cat-cow movement, then please continue. If you would like to go a little further, if you want to get a little bit weird, feel free to just give yourself a wiggle through the hips, really, really loosen up. Get into every nook and cranny in your body. Maybe you want to just get all crazy. Do whatever you want to do. I can't see you, so you can literally do the weirdest things that whatever you want to do, really. Maybe you want to get into your neck. Maybe you want to come all the way forward, take a cobra and pull yourself back into your child's pose. And just keep going with that breath. I'm just going to move the lights slightly, sorry. And just wiggling around all over the place, doing whatever you want to do. Really use this moment to wake up your body, get into every single nook and cranny, whatever feels good. We're waking up our spines, our hips, our neck, our arms. Get into your fingers. Maybe you want to turn your arms around like a little gorilla. I really like this one. I know it's a bit of an acquired taste. Really, really use this breath, use this time to do what you need to do. And then gently take one more breath. Bring yourself back into that all fours position, stacking those joints. And you're going to tuck that right toe under and kick up. So you're bringing that right leg out behind you. Keep the knee bent, keep the foot flexed. Make sure that you're pushing both palms down, equal distribution of weight. Take a nice deep breath here, and we're going to start to circle that knee like we've got a pen on it. We're drawing circles, we're opening up the hips. 3, 2, and 1. Let's go back the other way. 1, 2, and 3. Lovely. And keep that foot flexed and that leg up. And maybe you're happy here, staying in this position. Maybe you want to take this a little further and you want to trickle those left hands out in front. And maybe again, you're happy here. And maybe you want to lift the left arm and hold here, engaging that core. And maybe you're happy here, and maybe you want to go further still. Bring that left arm behind and kick the right foot into it. And we're going to take a stretch and a balance, pulling through our shoulders. And lifting that right leg up behind us, try and keep those hips nice and even, gaze straight ahead. Inhale, find a drishti, a place to rest your gaze. So when we're balancing, it helps to look at a nice still point. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale, let go of your foot, but keep that foot, flex that knee up. Take a nice deep breath, tuck that left toe under, and we're going to push up into our three-legged dog, pushing down through your palms. Make sure that weight is evenly distributed. Keep that knee bent, that foot flexed. Draw your navel in towards your spine. And on your next inhale, you're going to start to just send your chest forward and gaze straight ahead. So it's not even really a yoga pose anymore. You're bringing yourself forward, and then you're going to exhale, draw the knee towards the forehead. And again, exhale, push the chest slightly forward, gazing straight ahead. Exhale, knee to forehead. And let's go for 3. And in. And 2. Lovely. And in. And 1. And in. Gorgeous. And then reach that leg all the way up behind you into your three-legged dog. Maybe bend the knee, open that right hip. Gaze underneath your right armpit if you want to. Take a nice deep inhale, and then bring that foot back down into your downward facing dog. Gently walk your feet out here. And then drop the knees back down into an all fours position. And just start to maybe Loosen up your wrists, maybe give them a little stretch out. So I always feel like my wrists feel a little bit tense after doing a lot of down dogs and all fours. So you could do this kind of like you're squeezing stress balls, which I really like. It kind of gets into my wrists and my fingers. And when you've given those wrists a little shake out, bring yourself back into that all fours position, pushing down through your palms. And you're going to tuck that left toe under, kick that left leg up behind you, keeping that left foot flexed. And let's go opening our hips forward first. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Back the other way. 1. Well done. 2, 3, and 4. Lovely. Keep that foot flexed and that knee upwards. And maybe you're happy here. Maybe you want to trickle those right fingers out. Maybe you want to raise the right hand, and maybe you're happy here. And maybe you want to bring that right arm all the way back and kick that left foot in and give yourself a stretch through the spine and the shoulder. Really, really getting deep into that back, into your shoulders. Try and gaze straight ahead. Find your spot to rest your gaze. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. Whichever version you're in, just holding here, really feel that engagement. If you're taking your arm out in front, and really feel the stretch if you're lifting that foot. One more breath. Let go, keep the foot flexed, the knee lifted. Rebalance the weight between both palms, tuck that right toe under and push up. 3-legged dog, pushing down through your palms. Take a nice deep inhale here, drawing that heel down towards the earth. And you're just gonna lower that chest, gazing straight ahead. And exhale, knee in towards the forehead. And again, gently bringing yourself forward. You're going to feel a pull on the back of the hamstrings when you do that, and knee to forward. And drop that chest slightly forward, gazing straight ahead. And exhale. So you're going to feel it in your spine. You're going to feel it in that hamstring. Lovely. And let's go one more of those. And very gently bring yourself back into your 3-legged, send that left leg all the way up behind you. And if you want to, you can bend that left knee, gaze underneath your left armpit, and really open up that left hip. Make sure that you're evenly distributing that weight between both palms. Take a deep breath, step back in to your downward facing dog. So downward dog here, we spread our palms nice and wide. It's our first proper downward dog of the class. So as usual, if you want to, I'm going to say, please bend your knees if you feel like you have a curve in the spine. It's very, very common for people to have a little curve in that back. So if you feel like you have that at all, I would fully recommend bending the knees. I bend the knees in down dog all the time. You still get the full experience of the stretch. So down dog is our powerhouse pose. It really energizes and rejuvenates the whole body. We're stretching the arms, the arches, the hands, the spine. We're building strength in our arms, our legs. We're really stretching the back of the hamstrings, the calves. So try to draw the heels down towards the mat, but if they don't meet the mat, don't worry. Pushing your weight into your little fingers, the outside of your palms. Your elbows maybe are outwards, slightly bent. And always, always rotating the shoulders outwards. Try not to draw those shoulder blades together. And we're decompressing through the spine, straight line all the way down. And let's take a nice deep inhale here and just lift up on our toes. And lowering back down, our heels towards the earth. And inhale, lifting, balls of the feet, heels upwards. Exhale, lower. And this is a lovely one if you've got tight hamstrings or calves. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale, gorgeous. Once more, lift. And lower. And inhale, drop forward into a high plank position. Make sure that your wrists are under your shoulders, core engaged, body in a nice straight line. Take a breath here. Drop your knees down towards the mat, but don't drop them. Just float them. Send the bum back towards the heels and up. Downward facing dog. So we're going to do 3 of those little circles. Inhale, we drop forward, high plank. Exhale, drop the knees towards the mat, but don't bring them down. Send that bum back towards the heels and bum up towards the sky. And again, dropping forward, high plank. Heels to knees towards the mat, bum back and up into your downward facing dog once more. Lovely. And all the way up. Gorgeous. Well done. You're just going to take your feet nice and wide now, maybe as wide as the mat, and start to walk your hands back towards the back of the mat and bend the knees. You're going to bring yourself into your malasana, your yoga squat, which is a nice hip opener. So we're quite early on in the class. Maybe you feel like you don't really want to take a full malasana here, and that's fine. You can just gently sway on your feet, open those hips. Maybe you do want to take your full squat, bring your feet flat, take your elbows so they're pushing those knees apart, and bring those palms together. You could give yourself a little bounce. You could just wiggle around, do whatever feels good. Maybe you want to keep your hands on the mat. Maybe you want to like do a little ravey dance move. It's completely up to you. If you've got crow pose in your practice, please feel free to take a little arm balance here. So for crow pose, you want to walk your hands forward. I always find it's really nice to start crow pose in malasana and then bring the palms in front, straighten the arms, and you're almost popping your knees into your armpits here. You're going to start to lean forward and then one foot at a time lifting off the mat and hold for however long you want. Maybe it's only a couple of seconds today. That's fine. Bring yourself back to your malasana. Take a nice deep breath and let's start to walk the hands back along the mat, back into our downward facing dog. Spread those fingers nice and wide. My mat is very slidey today. Take a nice deep breath. And you're going to drop forward into your plank position. So from here, take a nice deep inhale. We're going to put all of our weight onto our left side and bring ourselves into our side plank. Lift those hips, stack those hips on top of each other. So maybe you want to drop that bottom knee, and that is fine. If you're going to drop that left knee, make sure the left wrist and the left knee are nice and aligned and you're evenly distributing the weight. Bring that arm up, make sure the hips are stacked, chest open. If you're taking full side plank, then feel free to, if you want to take a balance, bring that right leg up, take hold of your big toe with your fingers and straighten that leg out. And hold for however long you want to. And then gently drop back into your plank position. Lovely, take a breath. And let's bring ourselves over onto the right. Stack those hips on top of each other. And maybe you want to, I'm just going to switch sides so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. Maybe you want to drop that bottom knee and reach that left arm out in front. Keep those hips nice and aligned. Make sure the weight is evenly distributed. And if you want to, if you are in your side plank and you want to take it a little further, feel free to lift the left leg. Take your fingers around your big toe and straighten that leg out. And hold. Step back into your plank position. And if you want to, you could push straight up into your downward facing dog. I'm just going to switch sides again. And if you want to go a little further, no, I'm not. You could take a little vinyasa, draw your elbows in, come down through your chaturanga, push forward, upward facing dog. Make sure the tops of the feet are down on the mat. I don't know who needs to hear it, but I'm sure someone does. Tuck those toes under, push back into your downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale. Send that right leg all the way back towards the sky, three-legged. And draw that knee in towards the chest, pulling yourself forward. Plant that right foot. Make sure the right foot is underneath the right knee. Send that left foot back. Grounding. Bring yourself up into your lunge position. Deep breath here. And make sure that you're tucking that tailbone so that your joints are stacked on top of each other. Deep inhale. Lovely. Well done. Looking good, everyone on Zoom, and I'm sure you're all looking lovely on Facebook as well. Take a nice deep breath and draw your palms towards your heart center. And we're just going to lift up off our back leg and bring ourselves into our warrior three. So I don't have much room here to straighten my arms out, but if you do have room, you can bring your arms out in front, make your body like a T shape. Balancing on that right leg, standing nice and tall. Breathing here, find your drishti, find the focus point, and breathe. And drop those hands down on either side of that front foot. So if you want to, you can bend your knee here. If your hands don't reach the mat, feel free. We're in our standing split. Take a nice deep breath. And we're going to start to bend that right knee, bend the left, and draw that left knee down towards your right ankle and straighten. And bending down and straighten. Lovely. And give me 3. Lovely. 2. Gorgeous. And 1. Really nice. Take a deep breath here. And if you want to, you can stay here. If you want to, open those hips to the side and reach that left arm up. Take your half moon pose. And please feel free, and my balance is not amazing, so please excuse my wobbling. And hold. Take a nice deep breath here. You're going to step back with the left and bring yourself up into your warrior 2. Make sure that right ankle is underneath your right knee, left foot turned out, arms in line with the shoulders. Inhale. And as you exhale, we're just going to pivot forward, turn your right palm upwards, and then send the left arm all the way down the back of the left leg, right arm up and over, reverse warrior. And if you want to take your half bind, bring that left arm all the way around to touch the right thigh, then feel free. Take a nice deep breath here. And gently unravel back to your warrior 2. Straighten both legs and bring both feet facing straight ahead. You're going to bring your arms behind you, interlink your fingers. Take a nice deep shoulder stretch and start to pivot forward, hinging forward through the hips. Bringing yourself into your wide leg forward fold. And you can bring your arms above your head here, so we're getting deep into our shoulders and also our hamstrings as well. Inhale to lengthen. This is a really nice one as well for lengthening the spine, elongating the spine. It's good for lower back pain. Inhale. Exhale. So it's a bit of a powerhouse, this one as well. We're getting into our shoulders. We're getting into our hamstrings. We're lengthening our spine. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Gently bring both hands down onto the mat. Maybe you want to take a little deeper stretch here. Trying to bring that head as close to the mat as possible. Really feeling that pull in your hamstrings. And then gently walk those hands out. Bring yourself into a flat back and start to heel. So those feet back together. Bringing yourself into a forward fold, and feel free here to have bent knees, so you're bringing your torso onto your thighs. Again, much better to have bent knees than straight ones if your back is a little bit curved. Take hold of your elbows and just give yourself a little sway, swaying from side to side. And then very gently, very slowly rolling up through the spine, 1 vertebra at a time. Unraveling like you're a chain link. Bringing yourself up to standing. I've cut my head off. Let me just move the camera slightly. Okay, we're coming to a standing balancing. So standing nice and tall on your mats. Bring your arms down by your side. Just grounding through your feet for a moment. Standing tall in your mountain pose. Standing. Make sure that your pelvis is nice and neutral. Stack those joints, so make sure that ankles are under knees, under hips, under shoulders, chins in line with your body, shoulders down, arms by your side, and breathe. And exhale, raise your arms up towards the sky, draw your palms together and gaze up at your thumbs. And exhale, just bring your arms down by your side. And we're going to drop all of our weight now into our left foot. And you're going to come up on your right toe. So options here. Option 1 for your tree pose. Right foot against left ankle. You can bring right foot against left calf, or you can bring right foot all the way up into your left thigh, whatever feels best for you. When you find your balance, find a focus point, a nice still spot. Try not to look at the screen, because if you see me wobbling around, you'll probably fall out. Draw your palms together at your heart center. So maybe you're happy here, and maybe you want to take this a little further and reach your arms up above your head. And that's what happens when you look at things that are moving. If you want to bring your arms up above your head. And maybe you want to take your arms nice and open like a real tree with branches, fingers and thumbs together. And hold. Keep those shoulders down, neck long. Give me one more breath here in whichever version of tree you are taking. And gently drop your arms and take hold of your right knee in your hand. So maybe you're happy here. And flex that right foot. Maybe you want to take that right knee out to the side. And maybe you're happy here. And maybe you want to bring those right fingers around your big toe and straighten that leg out to the side. And breathe, grounding down through that left leg. And breathing here, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Well done, everybody. Inhale. And exhale. Give me one more deep breath and very gently bend that knee. Drop both legs down towards the mat and shake your limbs out. Shake it out. Shake the hands, shake the feet. Shake it all out. Ladies as well, if it is that time of the month, your balance can be really off. So if you feel like usually you're really good at balance, but you are on your period at the moment, then you might feel like you're a little bit wobbly, and that's completely normal. Okay, everybody, so bring yourself to the tops of your mat, standing nice and tall, and just shake out everything that we've just done. We're going to do that whole sequence again on the other side. Inhale, we raise our arms up towards the sky. Draw those palms together, gazing up at your thumbs. Exhale, split the arms nice and wide, hinge forward, bend the knees, bring yourself into your forward fold. Placing your palms on the mat. And deep inhale, flatten the back, gaze straight ahead. Exhale, back to your forward fold. Place those palms flat, step floater, jump back into a plank position. Core engaged. Tuck those elbows in and come down through your chaturanga. Push forward, upward facing dog. And push back. Downward facing. Really nice. Pushing down through those heels and the palms. Making sure that back is nice and flat. Gorgeous, well done. Let's take a nice deep breath. Send that left leg all the way back towards the sky. Three-legged dog. And then bring it all the way forward. Knee to chest. Plant that left foot. Bringing yourself into your lunge position. Make sure that the ankle is underneath the knee. Arms up. Make sure that that tailbone is tucked under. Gorgeous. Oh, well done, everybody. Looking good. Take a nice deep breath. And on your next inhale, we're going to try and bring ourselves onto that left leg into our warrior three, bringing that right leg out behind us, drawing our palms in towards our chest. Remember, if you want to bring your arms out in front, then please feel free. I've got a wardrobe in front of me on this side. Find your drishti. Ground down through that left foot. Take a nice deep breath, bring both hands down onto the mat. Feel free to bend that standing knee if you want to. Bring yourself into your standing split. And you might think it doesn't look like a split. Maybe your leg is kind of down. That doesn't matter. Wherever you are is perfect. Take a nice deep breath. We're going to bend the left knee, bend the right. Draw the knee towards the ankle and straighten. And in. And straighten. Gorgeous. Well done. And in. And straighten. Lovely, everybody. And in. And straighten. Give me one more. In. And straighten. And maybe you're happy here. And maybe you want to take your half moon pose. So you're going to bring that left hand out in front. And shift all of your weight onto your left hand side. And try and lift that right arm. And breathe. Wherever you are in this pose is perfect. Take a nice deep breath and bring yourself back. Warrior two, plant the right leg, left Left knee bent, right leg straight. Tap that tailbone under, arms in line with your shoulders. Gorgeous, sit into that front knee bend. Start to pivot forward, turn that left palm up. Send the right arm down the back of the right leg. Reverse warrior. And if you want to take your half bind, bring that right arm around to touch your left thigh. Well done, lovely. And breathe. Sit into that front knee bend. Gorgeous, everybody. Looking good. Take a nice deep breath here. Unravel the arms back to your warrior two. Straighten both legs. Turn those feet outwards. Bring your hands onto your hips and start to hinge forward into your wide leg forward fold. And this time, take your hands out to the side. So you're trying to take hold of your big toes if you can. So you might need to shift your feet a little bit, and you're going to draw those elbows out to the side in a kind of box shape. Really feel that lengthening through the spine, drawing the crown of the head towards the mat, hinging through the hips and pulling on the backs of those hamstrings. And if anyone does have headstand in their practice and they would like to take it, then please feel free. Take a nice deep breath. Really pull yourself forward in this, really get deep into the hamstrings. I love a hamstring stretch. You might have noticed I really like a deep, indulgent hamstring stretch. Inhale and exhale. For anyone that was asking about lower back pain, this is a really lovely one for that as well, because it does lengthen your spine. And gently walk your hands through to center. Gaze straight ahead, flatten the back. Just heel toe the feet in a little bit and bring yourself back down into your yoga squat, palms together. Take a deep breath. Hands behind, and you're just going to sit yourself down onto your bim. I'm just going to shift the camera back so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. Okay, coming towards the end. So I'm only going to do a few little punishing poses. We're going to do our bound angle first, because obviously I love a hip opener as well. So you're going to bring your feet together like palms. Drop those knees down on either side of the mat. Sit up nice and tall. I really like this one after doing a wide leg forward fold. I mean, who am I kidding? I like this pose all the time. I just love this pose. So you want to feel those knees melting away on either side. So they're dropping down on either side. They're pushing away from each other. And what this pose does is it increases blood flow to the pelvic floor, which is like the cauldron of your body. It cooks up all that good stuff. It makes us feel very open, this pose, which is quite a nice feeling, although some people don't like it. It makes them feel a bit vulnerable, but some people really like that feeling. Inhale, drop those shoulders down, and exhale, drop those knees. And if you want to, you can start to hinge forward through your hips and draw your face towards your feet. Try and keep that back nice and flat as you do so. You can use your elbows to push those knees down. Try and make yourself a tiny little package. Imagine someone's going to send you in the pose. Inhale. And exhale. Really feeling those hips melting open. If you keep your back flat, you'll notice you get even deeper into that hip stretch, into that opening. Inhale. And exhale. Take one more deep breath here. And very gently rolling up through the spine. And I just realized that you guys have gotten out of doing tree pose on the other side, so we are actually going to finish with that. So bring your palms in front or forwards position. Tuck those toes under and push up into your downward facing dog. And gently walk your feet towards your hands. And rolling up through the spine, all the way up, all the way up, all the way up. Maybe have your knees bent for this, it's okay. Dropping that chin down onto the chest, head and neck, last things to come up. And standing nice and tall on your mats. Make sure those joints are stacked under each other. So remember, make sure ankles under knees, under hips, under shoulders, chin in line with our body, arm down by our side. All of our weight now into our right foot. And options, left foot against right ankle, left foot against right calf, or left foot all the way up into your thigh. Find your still spot, find your gaze, and draw your palms together at heart center. I thought I was getting away with that for a second, but alas, we are not. So if you are happy here, lovely. If you want more, bring those arms above your head. If you want even more, bring your arms out on either side. Real tree with branches, finger and thumb together, and hold wherever you are. Find your still point and breathe. Keep those shoulders down, your neck long. Give me one deep breath. And then draw your hands around your left knee. This time flex your left foot. Maybe you're happy here. Maybe you want to take that left knee out to the side. And maybe you want to bring your fingers around your big toe and straighten that left leg out. And find your balance and breathe. Ground down through that right foot. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently drop that foot and shake those limbs. Shake it all out. Maybe run on the spot. Give it a shake. Give that right leg a shake. Give that left leg a shake. Just kick it about. This is very un-yoga, but it's fine. Get that blood flowing back through all the limbs. And then gently, I'm jumping up and down just above my son's bedroom. I hope he doesn't wake up. And step yourself all the way to the tops of your mats. The wonders of doing yoga at home. And bring your arms up above your head. Draw those palms together, gazing at your thumbs. And as you exhale, hinge at the hips. Draw those elbows out to the side, bend the knees, forward fold. Inhale, flatten your back, gaze straight ahead. Maybe send the palms up towards your thighs or your shins. Exhale back to your forward fold, place your palms flat and step, float or jump back into your plank position. And either vinyasa, come down through your chaturanga or push straight up into your downward dog. It really doesn't matter whichever one you want to do. Take a deep inhale, bend the knees, gaze straight ahead, lean a step, float or jump through into a seating position on your mats. Back here. And this time, I promise, we really are down. Place your feet nice and flat on the mat. Bend the knees. Bring your arms on either side of the legs and very gently rolling down through your spine onto the mat. One vertebra at a time. The slower you go, the more of an ab stretch it is. Allow yourself to melt down into the mat. Bring your palms down on either side. And you're going to take your knees into a tabletop position. We're just going to finish with a twist because twists are lovely and they're really, really good for us. So we're going to inhale, bring those knees over to the left, gaze to the right. Always look in the opposite direction of your knees to get the most out of the twist. So twists, what they do, they compress our organs, they release toxins. So when we undo the twist, fresh blood flows through our organs. Take a deep breath, bring the knees back to center and then drop both knees to the right and gaze to the left. So my visual is a dirty dishcloth that we're wringing out. We're wringing out all that dirty water, and when we release the twist, it's like we're running fresh water through it. Take a deep breath, bring yourself back to center, and again, both knees over to the left, gaze to the right. And gently bring yourself back to center, knees over to the right, gaze to the left. Last one. And back to center, straight those legs, straight those arms. You know the drill by now, full body stretch. Reach those fingers and toes. Imagine someone's pulling you by the fingers, someone's pulling you by the toes. You can't get away. There's tension in every single part of your body. You're reaching, 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 reaching. They're trying to add inches onto your body, and the tension is so unreal. Every single part of your body is tense. You're almost shaking from this tension. It's so intense. And even your facial features, tiny beady eyes, screw them up, scrunched up nose, scrunched up mouth, make the ugliest face you've ever made in your life. Make it all compressed and weird, have double chins, do it all. Be the ugliest and most contorted you've ever been. You're being pulled from one side of the room to the other. And as we build this tension in our bodies, I want you to do mental tension as well. I want you to take every little thing that's pissing you off, everything that you're harboring, everything that's annoying you, let's pour it into this stretch. I want you to build up this tension, and we're going to let go, release it like a big tension bomb. Keep stretching, build it all up. Everything. Really feel that rage bubbling in you from the tension of your mind and your body all together. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 1. Let go, bring the arms down by your side. Feel that release from your body, from your mind. Take a deep breath, inhale. Exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And if you prefer to take your Shavasana in some other place than lying on your back, please feel free. Maybe if you've got quite a lordotic spine, a curve in the back, you want to bend your knees, that's fine as well. Feel free to grab a pillow, a blanket, a jumper, some socks, a glass of water, whatever you need to do. I'm going to come to seated so that I can talk to you all properly, but I have to say that taking Shavasana lying down on your mat is really lovely. So I would definitely recommend staying there if you can. Find your comfortable space. Maybe you want to turn your lights out, make it nice and dim, whatever you want to do. And then bring yourself down onto your mat. Let your palms fall open at your side, feet fall open. Close your eyes and take a nice deep inhale through your nose. Expand that abdomen. Send all of that air down towards the bottom of your lungs, filling them like a glass. And exhale, release the breath, reversing the breath, navel to spine. And again, inhale. And exhale. Start to melt down into your mats. Focus in on your breath and tune out all thoughts and worries. We're bringing ourselves back to where we were at the beginning of the class. Let's just bring ourselves back to those tension points. Draw those shoulders down away from the ears, creating space for your neck to become long. Shoulder blades melt down your spine. Unlocking that jaw, unclenching the back teeth and drawing the tongue down away from the roof of the mouth. Softening the face. Take that imaginary broom and sweep your mind clear, so your head is light. Let's take our attention to our feet. Toes unraveling, feet falling open, switching off. Ankles, calves, knees and thighs. Becoming lightweight as though someone has dropped all the batteries out of us. All the way up to the base of the spine and feeling the vertebrae trickle down one by one into the ground, as though someone is pressing down the keys on a piano. From the base of the spine all the way up to your shoulders. And feeling those shoulders drawing down, your spine melting into the mat, becoming one with the ground, melting away like lava. Arms becoming light at your side, palms open and fingers unraveled. Neck long, head light, jaw unlocked and facial features soft and gentle. mind completely clear of anything other than that slow and steady rise and fall of your breath. And finally, take your attention to your chest and your abdomen, letting go of any tightness or tension that you're holding. Allowing that slow and steady rhythm to guide you. Maybe you're so quiet you can hear your heart beating, slowing in time with your breath. And in times when things are uncertain, maybe we're scared or frustrated, maybe we're angry, maybe we're sad, confused, all valid responses and emotions. It's so important to just take this time to focus on our breath, our bodies, and our minds. And let's take this moment to just breathe, to just allow your bodies to melt down into the mat because you deserve that. Just focusing in on that slow and steady inhale and exhale. And gently start to wiggle your fingers and your toes, drawing your knees in towards your chest. And gently rock from side to side to massage your spine on the mat. Bring yourself all the way over onto the right hand side into a fetal position. And bringing yourself up to seated. And draw your palms together at heart center. And just take a nice deep inhale here. And as you exhale, let out a deep sigh. And again, inhale. And once more for luck, let it all out. Inhale. Thank you all, as usual, so much for practicing with me. I honestly love connecting with you all. It is the highlight of my day. I'm so happy that I still get to have this human connection, even if it is via the internet. And I hope that you all enjoy this practice as much as I do. If you do have any suggestions for flows, please do feel free to put them in the comments on Facebook or on Zoom. And otherwise, I will see you tomorrow. Have a lovely rest of your evening. Namaste.